Just imagine yourself walking in a snack shop in Delhi, and instead of smelling the fresh samosas and jalebis, the first thing you see is a cigarette style warning poster: clogged arteries, diabetes, obesity. That's what the Indian government recently proposed: health warnings on fried snacks. At first, it sounds absurd, but this is bigger than a joke, because what's really at stake is how we understand nutrition itself. And yes, it even connects to fish farming and animal feed. So let me ask you this: what does a samosa in Delhi have to do with the tilapia pond in Uganda? More than you think, both are stories about cheap calories, hidden risks, and the trade offs between culture, affordability, and health. But let's first define some basics. Ultra processed foods or processed foods. These are snacks in high sugar, salt, fat, but low in nutrition. Obesity pandemic. This is a global surge in diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease. The food environment. This is a space where our feed choices are shaped. And here's the twist: in farming, the same logic applies. Cheap food for the animals, or what you guys normally call feed, often look fine, but hide poor oils, fillers, and nutrient gaps that weaken livestock and fish. 100 years ago, a jalebi or samosa weren't toxic. They were fried in ghee, eaten at festivals, balanced by daily physical labor. Today, it's industrial oil and sugar consumed every day. Same in animal farming. Once animals grazed, they were grazing in diverse, beautiful pastures, eating natural diets. Now they survive on mass produced feed, often diluted with cheapest filler. India is now facing urban obesity rates above 25%. Diabetes cases are exploding. Street vendors are under pressure. That's why they reuse cheap oils until they turn toxic. Farmers, yes, they face the same economics. Buy cheaper feed filled with byproducts and risk poor growth, disease, or mortality. Cheap today, expensive tomorrow. It's really bad. Some critics say, do we really need posters? Everyone knows fried food is unhealthy. But research shows visual cues actually work somehow. Others argue this unfairly punishes the poor vendors, while billion-dollar snack corporations continue working, operating untouched. That's also true, and also the conversation about posters, but you need to go. The government really needs to go deeper than posters. But let's take an example of posters. Mexico added black stop sign labels on junk food. Soda consumption fell. Chile banned cartoon mascots on sugary cereals. Childhood obesity stabilized. And in Uganda, we see the same paradox. Street snacks are rising in cities, Well, farmers are struggling with feed availability in the deep rural areas. Both humans and animals are trapped in the same cheap calorie cycle. Here's why parallels cut sharp. Reuse oils in samosa or jalebi or any chapati, roti. They produce trans fats that damage the heart. Rancid oils in fish feed weaken growth and immunity. Hidden risks, invisible but deadly. For people, it's diabetes and strokes for fish. What? Wait. For people, it's the diabetes and strokes. Sorry, what's wrong with my head? And then for the fish, it's stunted growth and mass die-offs. Same story, different stomachs. The solution, it isn't to ban culture, it's to adapt it. We bake samosas instead of deep frying.
आपको बताऊं ज़ीरो ऑयल का समोसा कैसे बनता है। देखिए, आलू को आप मैश कर लीजिए और उसमें मसाले डाल के आलू का मसाला बनाइए। अब आप आटे का बेल लीजिए। अगर इसको सॉफ्ट बनाना है तो ये जो आटा है इसमें थोड़ा सा दही दे के 2-4 घंटा रख देंगे। अब आप आटे का बेल लीजिए, उसको काट के समोसा बनाइए और समोसा के आकार के अंदर आप उसको स्टफ़ कीजिए, इसको बंद कीजिए और इसको आप ओवन में सेक लीजिए। बाहर से सीख जाएगा। ये बिना ऑयल के है, इसको सॉस के संग खाइए। आपको बताऊं ज़ीरो ऑयल का समोसा कैसे बनता है। देखिए, आलू को आप मैश
Then there's millet. Because I was like, what? You guys already made millet spaghetti. Wow. And then if you have the solution for the oils, there's the filters. And I think if plastic companies can make, you know, triple or quadruple or quintuple quintuple filters. So that if people owning stalls can find a solution, they can use the oils because there's the FUC, I think it's the FUC. No, sorry, the RUC, RUCO. Reused, repurpose used cooking oil. It's an initiative in India that the company buys, or it's the government, I think, that buys the cooking oil from this cooking oil from the stall owners, and then they use it in making biofuel. But sometimes that oil is expensive. Getting the right vegetable oil, that oil sometimes is seasoned. Some people don't like throwing it away. So if a filter can work, it can work. Or you just use smaller portions. In farming, we need to integrate alternatives like azolla weed, duckweed, or black soldier fly larvae. Store feed properly and balance diets with science. Small shifts that protect both health and profit. But here's the hardest part, changing habits. People love their food. Farmers trust their methods. Both see change as risk. That's why warnings alone don't work. You need proof. Proof that a baked samosa can still satisfy your soul. Proof that a new feed formula can grow bigger fish. Change sticks when it's experienced, not preached. Then there's a deeper question. Who decides what's unhealthy? Why stigmatize the street samosa seller but not the fast food giant selling buckets of fried chicken and whatnot? Why expect African farmers to buy expensive imported feed while wealthier nations waste tons and tons of grain? Nutrition isn't just science, it's politics, fairness, and survival. Is it easy to tell people not to buy cheap feed or cheap food? But what are the alternatives? Do we punish poverty by restricting choice? There are many other questions. So maybe the samosa warning isn't just absurd at all. It's a mirror. A warning not just about snacks. It's about how we eat, how we farm, how we think about hidden risks. Whether it's a samosa in Delhi or a fish pellet company in Kampala, what's inside matters more than what's outside. The future of health for humans and animals depends on what we choose to hide and what we choose to change. How was this? Was it bad? Was it good? Tell me, tell me. I can hear everything you guys are saying. Just want to hear Chiboneka from Nutripatia getting better or worse every day.